I want to discuss this with Wang Jin, a Middle East affairs analyst and an associate professor at Northwest University in Xi'an. Mr. Wang, good to see you. Now, how do you view the significance of President Xi's tour and the timing of this visit?
I think the timing and the visit itself is very important because on the one hand, President Xi Jinping's visit to Saudi Arabia will significantly improve the ties between China and Saudi Arabia from the bilateral level. And on the other hand, we know that during his visit, they will organize the summit of both China and CGTN, the Gulf Cooperation Council member states, as well as the summit between China and Arab nations. So the leaders and representatives of many Arab countries and the Gulf Arab countries will arrive in Saudi Arabia to attend a summit with China. So this means that this visit itself will be very meaningful, not only to the bilateral level, the bilateral relations between China and Saudi Arabia, but also will become very important to the multilateral level between China and Arab states. So I think in the future, if you look back to the date of his visit, it's the date of this kind of the visit will be very, very historic, and as will be the very important moment, not only for China, but also for the Arab world.
Now, China has put forward an initiative to build a China-Arab community with a shared future. Given your expertise, what kind of opportunities do you see from this initiative?
I think the prospects of this initiative will be very great, because if we look at the two sides, China on the one hand and Arab state on the other hand, we shared a lot of the common ideas and we shared a lot of the common views. For example, from the political aspect, both China and Arab states, we reject the intervention and interference of the outside powers over our bilateral and multilateral cooperation. So we want to develop our own economies without the interference of the criticism of the third party. So this is a very, very common foundation for both China and Arab states cooperation politically. And meanwhile, if we look at the economic perspective, China's economic system and Arab states' economic system are very, very complementary and very, very mutual beneficial. If the more and more opportunities and cooperation could be facilitated and emerge, means that more opportunities in the future will be created. That means that the economic future for China and Arab states will be prosperous. And then if we look at the cultural perspective, and during the past decade, more and more people-to-people exchange projects and more the cultural and social exchanges items has been put forward. It brings a very meaningful progress for the understandings of China and Arab people. So it means a lot for China and Arab people, and also it will encourage further understandings and further cooperation between China and Arab world. So from my personal understandings, I think the future for China's cooperation with Arab states will be very, very positive. I think the more and more opportunity will emerge. That would be good news for both China and Arab states.
Indeed, Mr. Wang, thank you. Always good to get your perspectives.